What's going on, people? How y'all doing out there? What's going on? Watching Sports Talk with BWatts on this Tuesday night. Got a good show lined up for you tonight. We're getting ready to talk about Shedeur Sanders been named to the NFL Pro Bowl, and we're going to talk about Coach Prime and the Colorado football team right here on Sports Talk with BWatts. One thing I ask that you do is hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. Hit that notification button. It'll let you know whenever I go live or drop a video. Tonight's show will be hosted by Uncle Steve. Waiting on him to pull up. And we got two special guests tonight. We got Miss Kimberly, a.k.a. and RD. JR is celebrating his wedding anniversary today. So we asked Miss RD to fill in for him, and she is here tonight. So at this time, I want to say hello to the chat. What's going on, G-Man? How you doing? Mac is in the building. Miss Patty Lee. What's going on? RD is down there in the chat too. And we got Micah Lockhart is also here. Miss Sabrina is in the building. We appreciate her tonight. OFB. What's going on? Miss Crystal Wise Williams always representing. OFB, what's up? Who else? We got TMFD is in the building. Mama Tia, what's going on? I see you. I appreciate you tonight. Still T is in the building. Lisa G, what's going on? What's going on? Got the best chat on YouTube, and I appreciate him. Miss Carolyn Shepard is in the building. Patricia Gordon is in the building also. Think I got everybody? Let's get ready to bring up everybody. Joyful is in the building. I miss her. Ring my bell. What's going on? Miss Cheryl Brantley. PC 40 is here too. All right, Chad Griffin, I see you. Miss Diane Brown. Miss Diane Brown is in the building. BD is in the building also. Also, Miss Val Green. I think I got everybody. All right. Well, let's bring everybody up and let's get this show on the road. Gonna bring up the host tonight, and that is Uncle Steve. He's in the building tonight. Let's bring up our two guests. Kimberly, a.k.a. Something going on with the screen. All right, let me fix that. Let me fix it right quick. Bear with me. Bear with me. Let's see the layout. I don't know why this thing. I didn't even touch it. All right. Did that work? We're going to see.
No, but I can't hear.
Y'all can't hear?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Steve, can you hear me?
I can't hear anything. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Okay, I can hear now. Hi.
What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, ladies? What's going on? How y'all doing? Let me put Steve up top since he's the host. We ready to rock on. It's on you, huh?
Muted.
Can't hear you, huh? I can't hear. Y'all hear?
No, he's still on mute.
Technical difficult from Uncle Steve. We can't hear.
Okay, can you hear me now?
All right, we got you now,
I
big
can
dog.
hear you, Uncle Steve.
We got you.
Okay, let's get this party started over again. I want to welcome everybody tonight. We got special guests tonight. These young ladies are going to be dynamic. They are going to provide us some insight because you're always hearing all voices. You're hearing BWatts over there when he gets wild, when he get a little truly in him. And you know what happens when he get a little oil in him, things start happening. He getting that formation. He gets to be that wild BWatts. You know, we get the mellow BWatts, but tonight we want to have it where we have young ladies in here with class, dignity, and respect, and they are going to provide it. They are going to bring it. I want you to introduce yourselves first because I don't want to be the one introducing yourselves, I want you to tell us and the people in the chat, tell us a little bit about yourself. So let's start first with Miss Kimberly Nash Williams. Let's start with you first, and then we'll go from there. And then we'll go with Miss RD. So let's do that. It's your time, ma'am. Let us know a little something about you, because your insight when it comes to the chat is just off the chain. The floor is yours.
Oh my goodness. Well, first of all, hello everybody, and thank you, BWatts, for having me on. That's always tough to answer because I'm like, I don't know what part of me do you want to know. Obviously, I'm a Coach Prime fan and love his family and following them. But as far as my personal life, I'm 36 years handling claims, a commercial claims adjuster, graduated from Creighton University here in Omaha, Nebraska. Married, got married very late in life at 55. So been married about 6 years now. I am a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority. I love socializing, hanging out with my family, my friends, and football and basketball and music and a little bit of entertainment. That's all.
Thank you. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. So first, I'd like to say it's an honor to be on the panel, and I want to say hello to my soror. I'm also an AKA. I am a resident of Minneapolis, Minnesota. I've lived here for 34 years. I will be 57 in March, single, no children. I was raised in the Carolinas. I was born in Charlotte, North Carolina, raised in South Carolina. I have been a football fan, NFL football fan, since I was knee high, before I was able to walk and talk. So I know a whole lot about pro football, not as much about college. I am a Minnesota Vikings season member. So I go to all the home games, and I've been to London for a couple of games. In 2013 and 2024, I went to the London games with Minnesota Vikings. So that's what I do. I love NFL football, and I am a Shedeurian. Proud to say I'm a Shedeurian. I am so happy that a fifth rounder has made it all the way to the Pro Bowl. And again, I'm just honored to be on the panel. Thank you all for inviting me.
Well, that is awesome. That is awesome. BWatts, if you don't mind, what's going to happen, because tonight it's the ladies' nights tonight, because I want it to be about them. So when I ask them the question, you can take me off the screen, and then we can keep the two young ladies up there, because they will keep more people interested than old Unc. So I want to make sure that the picture stays on them. You know, I don't need no picture frame on. I don't need to be on there. And you did the right thing by taking yourself off, because that helps also. So let's start first, young ladies. We're going to start first with this here question. And I'm glad you brought this here up about being a Pro Bowler. You know, that hashtag 12, that hashtag 12, something happened. When you let God do his thing, they couldn't imagine him becoming a Pro Bowl. They couldn't imagine. They didn't see it coming. They didn't see it. So my question to you two young ladies is this: do they cheer Shedeur Sanders, or do they fear him? Let's start first with you, Miss Kimberly Nash Williams. Let's start with you, and then RD, you'll finish up. So give us some insight on that. Do they fear him, or do they cheer him? And I'm talking about the Cleveland fans. This is the bad thing. I ain't talking about the ones who aren't fans. I'm talking about the Cleveland fans. The floor is yours.
I think it's probably a little of both, although what we hear more of is that they fear him. I always go back to the draft and how he got colluded against and pushed to the fifth round. I do not think that the NFL took into account the type of support that Shedeur has. I think they thought that they could do that to him and everything would just, go along business as usual for them. But we stood up, we're still standing up, and we're not gonna just let them do whatever they want. So, and they do fear that because they didn't take that into account. I don't think they've ever seen anything like it. But too bad. Now they got to deal with it.
I agree. I believe it's both. When I first heard the news, my first thought was, look at God, because what other people push down, God will raise up. And so it just reminded me of him dropping from the first round, which we all know he deserved to be one or two, first round overall, to drop all the way down to the fifth round, to humiliate such a talented young man, and then to put him with the Browns, and then try to bury him, and then try to, I think he started like fourth or fifth quarterback or something like that at the beginning of training camp. All of the things that they did to suppress his excellence, his talent, everything that he works for. What hurt me so much was we watch these kids, these boys, grow up, and all they want to do is play football, and then to try to dash his dreams and have him go through all these trials and tribulations. It was something to watch, and to now see that some people are still hating on him because he became an alternate in the Pro Bowl. I said, thank God, because everyone needs to see that you cannot stop God's progress, no matter how hard you try. And this is just a testament to that. I believe a lot of people are cheering him, but let's be clear, this is a money-making, avenue. I believe that this is happening because they know how to make money. This is a marketing strategy, and 12 can make money. I don't think I've watched the Pro Bowl in probably over a decade, but I will be watching it this year. And I think that's what a lot of people will be doing, is watching the Pro Bowl because of the Shedeurians. And I just think it's wonderful. And I think the haters are going to hate. That's all I've seen all day long is hate, hate, hate. But those of us that are just happy to see God at work believe this is a blessing.
That is awesome. That's the way I see it. Great feedback pertaining to that question. I'll just add this. I'm gonna just add my 1 cent. You reap what you sow. You on the sowing all that. He's a fifth rounder. He don't know the playbook. He can't make plays. He doesn't do this. Fifth rounders shouldn't get no time. They have to earn everything they got. And that person with that big G on his chest all over the world said, well, let me show y'all something. He can do this here, and we still gonna elevate him and put him on the highest platform, and it ain't nothing you can do about it. So if you're gonna call him a fifth rounder, you better be ready when the aunties get ready to tell you he's a Pro Bowler too. So you better ask
Pro Bowler
somebody.
in front. Let's put Pro Bowler in front.
Steve,
exactly.
Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because after I say whatever I say, I can't hear anybody else until you come on. So I don't know, is there something going on my end or on your guys' end? Because I want to be able to hear everybody and not just myself. So I don't know what's going on.
That's something BWatts is going to have to fix, because I have that issue at times too, where it'll be blurry. It'll be like all I hear is wobble, 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 and I don't know why it does that, but it does that sometimes. So BWatts are going to have to be in the back. He's going to be fixing that. So hopefully he can go and he can fix that.
Okay.
Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for the feedback.
Sure.
My next question is this one here. Thank you for saying that, because 12 moved the needles. Not only does he move the needle with must see, because you brought it up. He not only is he must see TV, but he moves it when it comes to the pocketbook.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get y'all feedback to explain how important that is when it pertains to the NFL. It's your time now, Miss Kimberly Nash Williams.
Well, it's extremely important because that's why Cleveland won't let him go. And the NFL is a business and he brings in the dollar. Shedeur is a walking, he's cash. He's cash money. He is the money. Wherever he goes, whatever he does, he is the money, period.
Right.
So, and they don't want to lose that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that's why they're keeping him and mistreating him, but he is the money.
Miss RD, you can go because it's in.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with Kimberly. I believe this is about money. We have to remember the NFL is about money. I agree. I don't have much to add. That is the reason why I believe the Cleveland Browns would not let him go. And let's just think about this. Remember, they used him all preseason and also to advertise when they went over to overseas to play. They've used him all year. They used him for the jersey sales. I knew as soon as I heard this that one of the issues is money. They want to make money, and they know it's a marketing, it's genius as far as the marketing is concerned. But yeah, he just makes money. He's going to make more money. So it's a business first, and that's just what it is.
I would like to add this. Thank you for that. It doesn't take a man to come on here and explain things to people. You got two young ladies on here just spitting knowledge to you because we want different aspects when it comes to how people think and their perspectives, because we'll get on here and we'll look at it a certain type of way. We're like, okay, we're looking straight ahead. But I like people who have different point of views and they provide insight. And you can't go and say, oh, that's not correct. Yeah, it is correct, because that's a perspective that people have. So I will add this when it pertains to moving the needle. Look at the NFL right now. You have to look at it. They have no topic this year. They had no subject. They had no storyline this year.
Mm-hmm.
Mahomes got hurt. Lamar got hurt. When it comes to Josh couldn't do anything. Josh didn't have no magic. If you look at the playoffs, when you look at the quarterbacks right now, I'll just tell you, I'm a New England Patriots fan, and my coach took the ball out of my quarterback's hand because he was so ineffective. He wanted to make sure he got to the Super Bowl, and he took the ball out of his quarterback's hand. So all I'm saying is this one here. ESPN them has to make money. When Stephen A. Smith them gets on there in the morning, they have to talk about something. You can't get up in the morning and talk about people that are dried in oatmeal without milk in it. It's no substance. But when you say something about old Shedeur does something that only a couple people do what Shedeur does. His daddy did it, and I got two other people, and both of those were presidents of the United States. When you say Mr. Obama, oh,
Mm-hmm.
he's gonna strike some people either to the right or to the left. And I'll tell you this person, when you say, oh, 45 and 47, he strikes people too. He can strike on this way or that way. So all I'm telling you is this one here. It's just certain people that just strikes America, and America is going to have an opinion whether they love them or hate them, and it doesn't make a difference. So I just love the fact that this young man has an opportunity to go out there and to be great. Let's go with another question. Thank you. I like this. And the good thing about this one here is it's not like church. We're not going to be here all night. We're going to do that quick church. That quick church where you come in and you get that sermon and you go home. That's what we're going to do tonight. So let me ask you another question. We had Shedeur. He's doing great things. He's over there doing his tour. He needs to break. But let's ask you a question here. Who do y'all have winning the Super Bowl? We got the New England Patriots and the Seattle Seahawks. I would like for you to tell me, who do you think are going to win the Super Bowl and why? Kimberly Nash Williams, you're first, ma'am.
Okay, well, honestly, I really don't care. However, I am going to go with Seattle just because I've never liked New England. And I don't even think I'm going to watch because really, after that 2025 draft, I'm kind of done with the NFL and I'm only watching because of Shedeur. And I mean, I want Travis and all the rest of them to do well, but Shedeur's games are the only ones that I'm really watching as long as he's playing. But I'm real good on the NFL. I don't even care.
Well, I'll tell you who I would like to see win, and that is Seattle Seahawks. You all know that Sam Darnold used to play with the Minnesota Vikings. So that is one reason why I know more about that quarterback. I don't know much about Drake May, and I haven't had an opportunity to compare stats from both teams. But I will say I never liked Patriots because of Tom Brady, and I don't like them now because of Stephon Diggs. So I really do not want to see them win the Super Bowl, period, point blank.
That's fire there. Oh, she said I do not like old Diggs. Well, I'll tell you. What do you like, Cardi B?
No.
You are real. Hey, I ain't mad at you. I am not mad at you. I am not mad at you. That is real as you gonna get. Hey, people in the chat, you better recognize that is as real as you gonna get. She said, no, I do not like them, and ain't nothing you can do about it.
I come back on there and say, she don't like Cardi B.
Hey, I ain't mad at you. I am not mad at you. I am not mad at you. But see, that's what's so good about being able to have two young ladies like yourself. Because if we have men on here, they gonna be like, oh, they gonna like some Cardi B now. They might not like they gonna like the look, but they gonna do that because it's an eye thing. I like it because for y'all, it's a substance thing. And when you say you don't like them, it ain't nothing personal. It's not your a cup of tea, and that's a beautiful thing. So, ladies, we got the. Well, I'm gonna tell you. For me in the Super Bowl, it's the Patriots. I go back to Steve Grogan days, Stanley Morgan. I go way back. Sam, man, I go way back when it comes to them. So Craig James and the rest of them. So I just love the fact that hey, they have an opportunity. I think they are early when it pertains to the Super Bowl. I think we're 2 years away from really having a dominant team. We got a good team right now, but I think we're 2 years away. So we did it early, but Seattle has a very good team. They're fast, they're physical, and if we don't stop the run, we're done. And that speed that Seattle has is outstanding. And that's what I tell people. When Cleveland goes and get a good offensive line and they have running backs that can run the ball, you just need get some speed at receiver. You can win. Sam Darnold is not a great quarterback. He's average at best. Anytime people tell me I can see stars and all this other ghost, he's average at best. He's done what they need him to do, but they put him in an excellent situation, just like Drake May. Drake May didn't do anything in the last game. The defense won that game. He did absolutely nothing. And you're not going to hype him up. I'm a New England Patriots fan, and he was garbage. And I'm talking about he was so garbage that the coach took the ball out of his hand and said, hey, we're going to put the defense here. But I got a question for you, ladies. Let me ask you this. I like people getting paid. I love young men getting paid and young ladies. But we have something called fines right now. CU told them we're going to do some fines. Now, my question, because I know I'm dealing with business women on the panel, because y'all look at things a little differently than men talking about football. Okay, you got a business, and your business is having these players do right. How would you handle them if they didn't meet expectations and do what they're supposed to do? How would you handle that? Let's go to you, Miss Kimberly Nash Williams.
Outside of or instead of giving them a fine, how would
It could be, ma'am, you could give them a fine. It's any direction you want to go. You can stay with the fine. You can use any other method you want to. I'm just saying, hey, because I want to see you say, hey, not only will I give him this, I will do this, or I wouldn't give him it's your choice. It's not me. It's your choice. You tell me, how would you handle that?
I mean, because I guess in business, you usually, I guess they give you some type of verbal warning if you're not doing something, unless it's something that would qualify for immediate, termination. But okay, these are, young men. I don't see anything wrong with the fines. I think that's probably what would hurt them the most, and that would probably get the best reaction from them. in addition to, talking to them, explaining, why this is happening and what will happen next, because I don't think I would continually find them. At some point, you may just have to, sever your ties. But I think the fines, I think, are fine, and I think they're more than likely affordable. I don't think that Coach Prime, because some people are saying that they think they're excessive. He knows what they make, and I guess he knows what they can afford. So, um, I guess I think that's what I would do to start anyway.
Well, Miss Kimberly Nash was nice because she said in a corporate world, they start with warnings. No, the warning is as soon as you walk in the door, you're going to be fined for all these different violations. So the first thing I would say is the fines are too low. I would double all the fines, number one. So like this measly $400 and $500 for like no shows and late. No, start at $2,500 for like late, like tardiness and all of that, and start at $3,000 for violating rules, misconduct, all of those things. And second, for any violation that you have, but plus, the fines plus suspension from games. And also with these late fines, I think it should be an increase by minutes. Like the first one, like maybe $1,000 if you're late the first 15 minutes, and increase every 15 minutes. I think it's being very lenient and very nice, because when you get into the corporate world or you get in the NFL, you're going to get huge fines. And these kids are getting, well, these young men are getting these NIL deals, they're getting all this money, and you can't show up on time for meetings, for film review, all of these things when you're making all this money. That's absolutely nonsense. So no warning, double the fines, and suspend them for every game that they are late, tardy, or miss a meeting. This just is inexcusable.
RD, we are going to send you up to see you expeditiously, because and this is, RD, this is what I laugh at this here. We got people in the chat acting like they're victims. Oh, the poor babies. Okay, so what if you find out that the poor babies had strippers and different things up there doing those kind of activities, spending that kind of money, and because of that, they weren't coming to practice on time and stuff like that? What if you come around there, they could be using certain kind of substances that they shouldn't be messing with and doing things like that? So when you want to be an adult, you need to be treated as an adult. Let me educate people right quick on some things with these young men. They got an education that's going to be paid for. That education is over 200 and some $1,000 right there. They got an education that they're playing to get it, but that's still, for other people, we pay for that $200,000 for that kind of education. That's the first thing. Second thing you do, you get free equipment, which is clothes. If you were smart, like some people, when you have people like Rob Gronkowski and different other people, Chad Okocinco, they were so smart. The only thing they wore was the athletics that was provided to them. Why are you spending money, $750 and stuff on clothes that means absolutely nothing? You are the star. I don't have to wear nothing. I can wear a pair of sweats and a shirt. I'm the star. So my value. I don't have to wear it and change and stuff like that. That's the second thing. The third thing I tell people, this one here, the meals. Do you know how expensive it is to eat steak, lobster, and then get to eat 3 and 4 times a day? And then Jordan Seaton had it where he had the chef, was his personal chef, preparing him special meals and stuff like that so he can take home and things like that. Do you know how much money you have to pay for that? Yeah. That's money. Now, let's look at this one here. People like, oh, take a young lady out. I know I took a young lady out, and I took her to a nice restaurant, and I can guarantee you it was $400 and something. And I'll tell you what, and this was without alcohol. We didn't even drink alcohol. So it was $400 and something, but it was good. It was good. It was good. I told them I'll wash dishes, but we'll get over from that. But I will go this far now. Let's go here. They got a place to stay. Because if you stay in the dorms, that's free. Do you know? Hey, it's people right now living with their parents because they can't afford housing. It's people right now, they got it right now where they can't even buy houses no more. It's people aged now, they're up in their 40s and 50s now, late 30s and 40s before they can even purchase a house. So all I'm telling you is this here, people, y'all talking about poor victims, poor, they're not no poor victims, because then we turn around and we see these angels and they go and have a $50,000 necklace on their neck that means absolutely nothing. When you're broke and you don't have a penny to your name, you can't even get the money you paid for it because you done cut the diamonds and all the other little stuff. And then you put names on there, Killer 10, all that foolishness. Who's gonna wear something with Killer 10 on it? Come on, folks. If you're gonna do something, have some substance to it. So all I'm saying is this: they're no victims, they're adults. And for me, I like what you said, RD, because this here, I'm not gonna talk to them. When I take that, when they give me back their money because they failed to do something. See, this is what I tell people. I never get fined. I'm on work I come to work on time, I'm prepared. I do what I'm supposed to do. So you'll never take a dollar from me. When it comes to the police department, I'm not gonna act a fool. I'm not speeding. I'm not gonna be disrespectful. You're not getting no money from me. I'm not gonna be out there clowning with no women or nobody else or men. Not gonna do it because I understand. If I want to keep my money, I got to have some sense. And if you want to keep your money, you need to have some sense. So with that being said, I want you to knock them right upside the head and tell them, hey, give me that money. And then if I'm you, Coach Prime, why don't you start, if they can't show up for work, feed them slop. Because that's what they acting like. If you gonna act like a pig, feed them slop. I'm gonna get you ain't coming up there eating steak and lobster and you acting like a clown. If you acting like a clown, you're gonna be eating popcorn and I can give you some popcorn and a soda and we can go from there. But let's go to the next question because this one here is near and dear to me. This one is near and dear to me. Coach Prime loves Rudy's. He loves his Rudy's. I want to ask you two young ladies, who is going to be the Rudy on this team this year? We're just going out on a limb. This ain't we're just going out on a limb. Who do you think, and people in the chat, people tell me, who do you think is going to be the Rudy for this year? It's with you, Miss Kimberly Nash Williams.
Well, Uncle Steve, pardon my ignorance, but I've heard of the movie, but I never saw it, so I don't know what is a Rudy, or I don't know what it's about. So help me.
I will help you here. You got a few Rudies. If you listen to The Rock, he'll call somebody a Rudy Poo. That's a scrub. When we're talking about a Rudy here, we're talking about a guy who's on the team. He's the one who just barely he didn't even he's a walk-on. He didn't make the team. He's walking on. He has very little talent, but he got the heart big as Texas. He'll go out there. He's going to give it 1,000%. He's not going to be good, but he's going to be hard. He's going to be one of them people that he ain't going to be good, but you're going to say, bless your heart. Bless your heart. He is one of the ones that he's near and dear because you said, if I could get that person who got all of that talent to do what this person does who has less talent, we could be something. So that's where I'm going. So some people could be a root and have talent, but I'm just going with a person that everybody out there has talent. So we won't go with that. They have talent, but they're not the ones that we call Travis Hunter.
Okay.
They're not a Travis Hunter. They are Rudy. A Rudy is a person who get the most out of the talent that they have. So I can have talent where I can play football. I ain't the greatest, but I play hard. I do all the things the right way, and I give it 1,000% at everything I do. So that's my description of a Rudy, and I'll throw it back to you.
Okay, well, the only person that comes to mind, and I guess I can't even say he does everything the right way just based on how y'all talk about him, but I'm going to just say Ben Finiseth.
Miss RD, you can go, man.
I don't think we've seen that person yet. I think that if there's going to be a Rudy this year, it may be someone that came from a high school, someone we haven't seen that will show up and you go, oh my God, we had no idea that he would have this breakout moment or be this great star. I don't think that's a person that's already on the team or has been on the team. It could be someone we haven't seen yet.
RD, I love that, and I think we are going to have to wait for that. They have Ben right there. Ben is definitely a Rudy. He's definitely a Rudy. He's an overachiever. He's one of those ones who going in there now. He's going to be a leader on the team. You're absolutely 1,000% correct. He is a Rudy, but I think we're going to also have it where somebody is going to come and that person is going to come out of nowhere and Coach Prime is going to start talking about it. Coach Prime is going to tell you he's the Martin Luther of the Luther King. He is the Brian Urlacher. He is this here. He does this here. So, he's the Black Prime, if you will. So he's gonna go out there because Coach, he has a soft heart when it pertains to that. I don't. I have a soft heart where I love my Rudies, but my Rudy's gonna stay on that bench. I want to win. I'm about that winning. I'm about that winning, boss. Your Rudy, and when I put him in the game, we up by 40. We gonna be up by 40, and we losing by 40. It's gonna be either or, and that's how we do. That's how we do it when it's me. But I just love it when those coaches go out there and they have those type of guys. But when you look at it, most of the time, when you have those guys, you only see them once a year, and that year is when, hey, you're putting it on somebody and you can go from there. But people in the chat, do us a favor. You tell us, who do you think is going to be the Rudy of the year for the CU Buffs? We would like to hear from you. Please give, Mathis is, hey, now I will tell you, that is a good choice. Because Mathis is a good choice because Mathis made more plays than a lot of receivers did last year on special teams. I saw Mathis make some tackles, and I'm like, boy, you nice. Yeah. You nice on special teams. And something I will say about Mathis and a lot of those other guys, I respect Mathis so much for realizing his dream. He could have ran out there and said, man, I know I can play football and I know I can do these things. And I'm going to ask you, young ladies, how in this day and time, this is me going off ed here. In this day and time, when you have everybody who wants this microwave and I got to have it right now type of attitude, how do you feel about a person like Mathis who has bigger dreams because he says he wants to be a GM or something like that? When it pertains to football, he wants to be a general manager or something like that. So what they're doing, they're helping him by bringing him in the office with them, the general managers, and teaching him on the day-to-day operation, or he wanted to be a president or something like that, the day-to-day operations of that business, because anybody else would have left. If you look at everybody, GM, yeah, a general manager. So how do you feel about a young man that can play and would be playing on another team, but at CU, and especially when his parents and stuff are there, he's at the back of the line and he hasn't been given that opportunity yet, but he still stays because he has a bigger dream. Tell me how you feel about a player like that, Miss Kimberly Nashville.
I respect it. I respect it to the utmost. And plus, I mean, because we haven't really gotten to see all what he can do, maybe he's being realistic about, his abilities and how far he could go. Maybe he understands, maybe he really doesn't have a chance in the NFL. So, he likes the game enough, he wants to play, but he probably knows that in reality that's not going to be it for him. So he's focusing on what's realistic for him, and I have the utmost respect for him.
Oh, I think it's wonderful. I think it's smart and it's practical. And I like people who focus on their long-term goals. Don't look at just like you were saying, I think you used the word microwave. This is a microwave society, especially with the young generations. And so for people who focus on their long-term goals and practicality, that is investing in your future. That's very wise of this young man to do that, because that on the job training you can't pay for. Like, that's invaluable, is priceless. And so I think it's very intelligent, practical, and very, very wise for someone his age.
That is awesome. What I'm going to say is this here. When it comes to the young Mathis, and I'm going to call him a mature Mathis, Mathis sees the big picture. You got to have a goal in life, and you got to have, not only do you have to have a goal, you have to put it into action. You got to realize everybody's not going to the NFL. Everybody's not going. And that might not be your calling. But instead of you getting CTE, you're going to be running an organization where you just making money and you got your right state of mind. So I'd rather run it and be the one making all the decisions than out there taking them hits. That's just me. That's the way I see it. And I love his maturity. I love the way he carries himself. And young men like that, instead of us always glorifying the ones who's running the touchdowns and doing all the bling bling, those are the young men that catch my attention, because those young men you will be calling boss 5 years down, 5 to 10 years down the road, while the other ones you're going to say he played football. Two different things. When you say boss and the other one is he played in the NFL. Okay. But this guy here, he runs a team for the last 30 years in the NFL, and he gets paid a whole lot more when it pertains to it over time if you go to the right organization. I got a question for you young ladies. Let me throw this one on. Coach Prime done fooled me 3 years in a row. Coach Prime told me, he said, we gonna run the football. He's told me that for 3 years in a row. And I listened to Coach Prime. I said, Coach Prime, if you show me who you are, I'm gonna believe you. I believe you now that you ain't running that football. I believe you, because you done showed me 3 years in a row that you, and he told me, he said, I'm gonna run this football. And you better believe it. And then he go out and get the best receivers in the country, and they throw the ball 500 times. So let me ask you young ladies this here, because y'all might know a little more than I do. You might know a little more than I do. Are we going to have 1,000-yard running back this season? And are we going to have, in addition to that, someone who runs, another running back who runs for 500 yards? People in the chat, please say yes or no pertaining to this. Are we going to have 1,000 yards? I ain't gonna go 1,000 yards because that's too much. That's just too much. I will go 800-yard running back, and in addition, another running back run for 500 yards. People in the chat, get me a laugh. Let me know what you think, because he done fooled me. But I can guarantee you, he ain't fooling me this time. Miss Kimberly Nash, please tell me Miss Kimberly Nash Williams, please tell me what you think.
I don't know much about this go-go offense, if that's, more geared towards running or passing. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. If we get 1,000 yards running, regardless of how it comes, if it's one person, a combination of players, that would be great. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm. So if I understood your question correctly, you said one running back for at least 800 and a second different one for 500? Absolutely not. No, I don't see it. Yeah, that's pretty ambitious. I can see 400 maybe. I don't know. I mean, if history is prologue, I'm just not seeing it.
RD, thank you for coming. I like both of you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming to my side. They're gonna have to show. I'm from Missouri right now. They're gonna have to show me. They're gonna have to show me, because I ain't hearing nothing they got to say. They gonna have to see. You done got me to the point where I won't even gamble pertaining to them running the football. They will have a running back that I have I'll bet and say, hey, we're gonna have a running back that's gonna have 100 yards. They'll have a running back that got 98 yards, and they'll take him out the game, and he won't play no more.
Right.
That's the
Right.
stuff they do. They'll do that, and you'll be like, dog, the dude had 99 yards. Well, we took him out because I felt, in my heart that this was good. I said, man, y'all make my head hurt. I can't do this no more. And you coach, and I love me some Prime. Prime, you done showed me. You could put Neely up there. You could put Chico up there. You can put anybody you want to. You can put all of them up there, and they can say it. I want to see it. I want to see it. And that's just a respect thing. I think Neely say when the past indicators is, the indicator for the future, past indicator, but they never ran the football.
Right.
So if that's past indicator, I'm using your words, not mine. He said, if you want to get the future, look at past indicator, and that's what I've looked at. Now, I will say this here. I feel optimism because of Marion.
The new OC.
And I've seen that go. I feel good about him. Now, when you say I feel good, the only thing I'm going to ask Coach Prime, do what God does. Just get out the way. Do what it does when it comes to God. Just get out the way. Just get out the. Let him do what he do. Let him don't come. Because I'm telling you, I just seen some things in my days. They gonna give Coach Prime gonna have to see this. They gonna give Marion some shine this year. You gonna have people out there gonna be giving Marion, and he's gonna deserve it because he's gonna start producing numbers, and those numbers is gonna get a lot of attention. That's what Coach Prime should want because he should want his coordinators to get all that shine because you don't want to be P. Diddy. You don't want to be the person that getting in front of everybody, your musicians and everybody out there, you in front of them, you dancing and everything else. Big is singing and P. Diddy jumping in front of him, dancing and everything. Man, bro, we come to see Biggie. We ain't come to see no dance show. We come to see Diddy. So this is not disrespectful. This is just life. I want Coach Prime. You got this young man there. Let him cook. Let him cook. And I think if we do that, we got success. And I'm the type of leader is this here. I don't care who gets the credit. I want to win.
Long as we win.
Long as we win, baby. Long as we win. So let's quit all this. Well, I'm running the ship and bro, I tell my people all the time, y'all run everything. I'm accountable for it. If we fail, it's my fault.
Yeah.
If we succeed, it's y'all. Because I want you to know this is yours. Now, we fail. I'm good on that. But believe you me, we fail. That's when I get the micromanaging. That's when I come in and make my changes. That's when I come in and say, hey, you didn't have this. You need to do this, this, and this. I get that. But I'm going to make sure you have everything you need. I'm going to train you. I'm going to give you all the resources. And I'm going to get out of your way. I want you to shine. I want beautiful people to be beautiful. So I'll just say that about Marion. So hopefully I didn't offend nobody. If I did, 2 tears in a bucket. And that's like my grandmama say, put an F in front of it. So we'll go from there. If they're upset, that's not my problem. Now, let me talk about something that's near and dear to me. The power of the CU aunties. You got people on, you can go on any podcast. It doesn't make a difference. Even the ones at the Cracker Barrel talking about them. They even talking about the CU aunties. And I'm like, they do it at the Cracker Barrel? Yeah, they talk about the CU aunties because of the influence that you young ladies have, the power that you have, the way that you can cut people so sharp with your words and your typing on that chat that it hurts them. I hear people on the Ultimate Cleveland. You hear Bull and Jason. I really don't like saying too much because when I say something, they get on me so much. Yeah, because they're not going to accept you with that foolishness. They're not going to allow you to attack their ones that they care about and the ones that they're invested in and think it's okay. They're not going to let you create your own narrative because I'll tell y'all what, I'm going to throw something out there. I'm going to throw something out to people and you can take it any way you want to. back in the old days, let me throw this at you. And this is society. Back in the old days, I'm from Mississippi, and we would always read the newspaper. And in the newspaper, you would have it where it said, this young man was killed, and he was killed because he did this here, and the police shot him 75 times. Now, I'm saying 75, but in Mississippi, they will shoot you 75 times. They'll go get some more bullets and shoot you. Now, you'll read the paper, and when you read the paper, you're like, oh, the guy attacked him, and the guy had this and this and this. But now, let's see the magic. Now they got video cameras. And you see with these video cameras that it's certain people ain't got nothing on them, that are doing everything that they supposed to be doing, and they're still getting killed. I'm throwing this out there because now I'm throwing Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders was at practice, and they told us that he couldn't read plays. They told us he couldn't do this. They told us that he couldn't even get out there and manage the team. They told us that he didn't know this here and stuff like this. But you had that camera, and you had those CU aunties, and they were there. Not only were they there, they provided feedback. You ain't gonna talk. You ain't gonna tell us this lie. You ain't gonna piss in our face and tell us it's rain.
But
Tell me how. Yes, ma'am.
They remember Uncle Steve. They had the tracker. They was tracking everything
Exactly.
they did.
Exactly.
And they still told us that wasn't correct. You shouldn't even use that. That make no sense.
Right.
I want to ask you, how powerful and impactful are the CU aunties? The floor is yours, Miss Kimberly Nash Williams.
I'm just gonna say one word. Phenomenal. Well, I take that back. Unstoppable. Unstoppable.
And me, relentless. We're
And I
relentless.
should have wore my sweatshirt tonight.
Relentless. You're not going to lie in our faces. They're telling us don't believe your your eyes or whatever. I mean, that's the reason why I watched everything. Mini rookie camp, OTAs, training camp. I watched everything. I watched the tracker. It didn't make sense, but the narrative that they're putting out there did not match what we saw. And so again, yeah, we're relentless. We're just not going to let them get away with it. I hear Jason and all these people in Cleveland media saying, oh, I just hate these fans and these Shedeurians or whatever they're called. And, they're just who wants to deal with that? Well, you guys have him on the team. So as long as he's on that team, you're going to have to deal with us.
Well, I'll ask a question. We have to deal with them. we have to take their feedback and the information, the lies that they give, because he came out and said that's what Kevin Steph Nasty told us, and he told us that he wasn't ready and he wasn't prepared, and you went and you regurgitated everything he told you, and you didn't go out there and find out whether it was true or false. You regurgitated, and you told, and let me say this here, because let me say this here before somebody get their draws in a bunch. I'm saying CU aunties, and it's just not the CU aunties. It's the uncles, the grandmothers, and everything else. I'm just saying CU aunties because I want to show the respect when it pertains to, because I tell folks, when it comes to my wife or anyone else, they're going to be out in front. I don't have to say anything about myself, because if my wife is in front, you better believe her big dog gonna be right behind her. And if somebody say something, then I get to the front, because then I need to do what I need to do. So I don't have to say nothing about me, because if she's there, so will I. So we are one. So I don't have to say a man when I know if you say one, when she's there, her husband will be there to make sure everything goes as it should go. But I'm saying CU aunties because I think people really need to know the power of influence. CU aunties have shown people that they are influential. And one day, I'll tell you what, they're going to make a movie, and it should be on Prime. I'm being serious to you. And the reason it should be on Prime is this one here. When you see movements, just like you had George Floyd and everybody else, when you see certain movements and stuff like that, it's a reason why in which that movement had. Shedeur Sanders and the CU Aunties have a movement right now. A young man who's a fifth round draft pick who was throwing the trash cans and you know threw
Mm-hmm.
8 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, whatever you want to say, and had won 3 games, lost 4, made the Pro Bowl. This young man every morning, their radio shows, that's all they talk about is Shedeur Sanders.
Mm-hmm.
They're not talking about Shedeur Sanders because Shedeur Sanders is the greatest quarterback on the planet. They're talking about Shedeur Sanders because of what it brings. It brings the CU Aunties
Mm-hmm.
who are going to show up and show out. You are numbers. You have numbers. It reminds me of Malcolm X. And when I watched Malcolm X, they went to Malcolm X. The police department jumped on the brother, beat him bad, and threw him in jail. And Malcolm, the guy told Malcolm, "Well, it's a brother that been beat up. Why don't you help him? He's not Muslim, so why don't you help him?" Malcolm said, "Okay." He walked on down there with his people. He went to the police office. He said, "I got a brother who's in the thing in there." And the guy said, "Well, what you gonna do?" He told him, "Well, you might want to look outside." And when he looked outside and he saw all of those people standing together,
Yep.
that's CU Aunties. See
Mm-hmm.
that's what they they don't understand.
Exactly.
Now, see, Uncle Steve, can I
Yes.
interject here for a moment?
Yes, please do.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say not just the CU Aunties, but the uncles, cousins as well. Most of us have followed, and I've called Dion longer than Coach Prime, and I'm older than Dion. So I've followed him since he was in college, then the pros. Then when the reality show came on, Dion's Family Playbook, that's when we got introduced to the kids. And so then, we became, endeared to them. Then that went off. But then when we found out Dion was getting ready to, coach at Jackson State, here they come again. And then they had the Barstool series of, the boys, playing in high school and all of that. So now, and so we have been following them for a long time. They belong to us, and you just not gonna mistreat us,
right?
And we just gonna lay down. So that's family as far as I'm concerned. And so that's how I feel about it. And that's why I am so invested into these young men and Dion, because I followed them for a long time. I feel closer to them than some of my own family, and I don't even know them personally, but they've been a part of my daily life for years. And so we just not standing for that.
Yeah, I agree. I'll be 57 in a few weeks. And so, watching this over the years, how we were raised with a community. This is what CU Aunties remind me of. When we were raised, the whole community raised us. Everyone was invested in us, our upbringing, our child rearing. And even though I don't have children of my own, I feel like all these kids, I have a hard time calling anybody under 30 adults, but these young men, I feel like they're our children. We're all invested. We've watched, the father. We watched him before he had children. And now we've watched him raise these young men. And so for me, it's a community, not just like the CU Aunties, like Kimberly said, cousins, grandmothers, uncles. We're all a community, and this is the whole Black excellence. We're not going to let you dampen or suppress or oppress Black excellence. We all are invested. We saw what you did to Shedeur, and we're just not going to let it stand. We all are going to protect them, just like our communities protected us when we were kids.
I love it. And that's why I threw that disclaimer out there. I said, I know some people are going to be like, when I say CU Aunties only, but when I'm the host, I'm going to specifically go out. And then when it comes to the uncles, we will go and we'll honor the uncles and everyone else at another time. Tonight was going to be for the CU Aunties, because I'm going to just let you know, it is much respect. It is much, because I'll tell people like this here. we're quick to say people don't stick together, and yes, it takes a village, and people don't like to hear that. I tell folks all the time, you're not going to do anything by yourself. The things that you can do by yourself, you can do some stuff, but if you want to do more, is when you come together, and you come together and you do things together. That's when you get more out of life, and you get more out of others, because you need that. And what I what I like was this one here. I tell people all the time, they criticize people all the time, and they try to demean black excellence at times. And I'll just say any excellence. I ain't just saying black. It be white excellence, black, green, yellow, but I'm just going on black excellence right now. They try to put it down and demean it. And I'll give you an example. When it comes to the Huxtables, that show is my show of all shows. Y'all can have anything y'all want to. Y'all can listen to that foolishness they tell you all that you want to. He did this, he did. You can listen to that foolishness all you want to. Because I asked the people out there, what was Hugh Hefner doing?
We know.
So the same people who y'all doing all this on him, the only reason they doing that, when that man said he had two things. That man lives in a house that has more resources in it than any place on the planet. Where he lives, y'all need to Google sometime. Where that man lives has more resources on it, and somebody wanted to buy that and he refused to buy it, sell it. And they say, we're going to try to take this from you, young man. And the next thing, he wanted to buy NBC. And when you try to do those things, you better believe. Ask Michael Jackson. Ask Michael Jackson when he wanted to do this thing. Ask R. Kelly when he wanted to do his thing. Ask P. Diddy when he wanted to. y'all,
Prince.
Prince for sure. Prince for sure. I tell people, I say, y'all, they sell y'all with they'll say something to y'all and trigger y'all with this person. They're taking y'all sandwiches and stuff, and y'all run with it. But y'all don't follow the money. America is built on money. And they want to keep money and power. I ain't saying who. I just say powerful people want to keep it, and they do it from there. But I'll leave that alone. But I'm just going to tell you, that's what's so impactful when it comes to, and I love it when they try to demean you, and they try to say the prime sexuals and the Shedurans. But you the same one, when they told y'all that somebody wasn't going to win the presidency, y'all went up there on Capitol Hill and y'all tore that place up, and not one tore the place up, and now that was acceptable now. But you gonna try to insult us for telling you that we're not gonna accept you criticizing and downplaying one of ours. It's not gonna work. You can talk all you want to, but it don't work. It didn't work back then, and it damn sure ain't gonna work today. Young ladies, I'm gonna bring BWatts back on this here stage because it's his show. But I want to thank y'all
Thank you.
because I do things a little different than BWatts. See, when it comes to me, I do things where when it's time to go,
It's
we
time
gonna
to go.
go. It's time to go. Cause just like them boys, not only do they get free NIL, they get NIL, they have a side of snow bunnies to go with it. Now I ain't got no side of snow bunnies,
Thank
but I got a
God.
brown bunny upstairs. And
Thank
this here
God.
rabbit here got to get on upstairs. So
Thank
BWatts, please come on down. You're the next contestant on the Sports Talk with BWatts show. Now where you at? Now it's hard to get fired on your day off. Now we didn't gave you a break and you ain't nowhere to be found.
Hey, I appreciate y'all later. Steve, go ahead and close it out, man. I appreciate y'all.
Well, what we're gonna do, we're gonna have the young ladies say a couple things before we close it out, and then we'll go from there. So, Miss Kimberly Nash Williams, thank you for gracing us. Miss RD, thank you for gracing us. Please give us a couple words of wisdom before we close this show up.
Oh
Miss
my.
Kimberly Nash.
Couple words of wisdom. Keep God first. Keep God first.
Well, following that, I will say be careful how you treat people, especially on the way up, because you may meet them on the way down. And finally, I'm just reminded of what Shedeur said when he said they want me to fail. It ain't going to happen, is what he said. And I want to say that to all of us, our community, it ain't going to happen, not on our watch.
And I want to end it this way. Thank you, beautiful ladies, for just making this show special. And this probably going to be Sports Talk with BWatts' biggest show. Because if people really want to see something, this is the way sports should be. You talk about sports and you talk about other things. I'm going to leave it with this one here. And this one here will make somebody some money. This is going to make I'm talking about your kids. Stop dreaming small. You should dream so big, it make people laugh at you when you tell it to them. They should look at you and say, man, you crazy. You ain't nowhere in the world that's going to happen. You need to start dreaming. Not only, I ain't talking about big. I'm talking about dream stupid. It should be to a point. I'm going to give you an example and we'll go from there. Shedeur Sanders could be dream. What I like about Shedeur, I'm gonna hit it with Shedeur. Shedeur say he's gonna be legendary, and people criticize him. Well, he's supposed to dream that way. If he dreamed that he just wanted to make the NFL when he made the NFL, then what? He's dreaming where it's crazy. I want to be legendary, and that's what he's supposed to do. Just because y'all dream small, don't turn the light off on all other young men and women that we got coming up. I tell any one of them, dream big and make it so big that it's stupid. I want people to laugh at you, because when they laugh at you and then when it happens, you get to smile back and say, that's what happens when you dream big. And I want everybody out there, dream big when it comes to watching Sports Talk with BWatts. Y'all young lady, y'all knocked it at the park. God bless and have a great night. Hit it, BWatts. Hold.
Are you practicing to practice, or you practicing to be great?
Which way am I going?
What's coming? You on the way?